honestly, a lot has happened. Like this episode, P2 dates, Gerhoshapi was then left, right, and center. Douchebag of the season, like, oh my word, I need a shot for this. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is another review of Temptation Island. So this is episode 5. Yeah, thank you so much for watching all the other previous videos. Thank you for liking and thank you for sharing your comments on the shows and what I should be doing, what I should be adding. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the feedback so much. So let's get into the video. So Temptation Island episode 5. Like we said, a lot has happened, really a lot has happened on this episode, and it brought many things into clear perspective. The singles came to a point of, okay, like we're not gonna be second best, we are not gonna be here trying to be a temptation, and people are not willing to try out this temptation. So this is what had happened. So with everything that's going on, you get there's gonna be a time where people are gonna be complaining. People are gonna be complaining that, what, I've been here for so long, but I still feel like my being here is pointless because nobody's looking my way. So the ladies were complaining about the fact that they are not being picked because they always the couple guys are always picking the very same ladies. So as we know, Justin goes for Angelique, MJ goes for Bontle, Sfiso is the one that's like on a bit of a floaty type of situation, playing with Dimple, and who is this other lady? Eve, yes, with Eve. And then Grant is always Nicole every single time. So the ladies are feeling that, what, honestly, we've been here and nothing is happening for us, like what is actually good. And I get that, because I feel like you can't be on this show, you're trying to be a temptation, but you're not getting a chance. In the house, you're trying to show yourself, you're trying to put yourself out there, people are not giving you that chance. So with them not doing that, so that means you're not going to get a chance to go on other dates. But then Justin speaking about, okay, I've spoken to the other guys and we decided that no, let's give the other ladies a chance. And I was like, pity date. You're not choosing them because you want to. You're choosing them out of pity. Papa. I never. I disagree totally, because it's either you want to go with this person on a date or you just don't want to. Like, it's simple as that. Because you are only doing so because you feel that they've been complaining that they're not being picked. How? Then you're gonna come here, bring the pity dates, charity event, let's just take them for the sake of taking them. I honestly was like, if it was me, I would have rejected the date hands down, because they're not taking you seriously. How are you serious, man? They're only choosing you because the other ladies, you as other people are complaining that we are not being picked. So basically, you're not trying to build a connection with me. You're only choosing me just because I'm always ranting about this issue. And the fact that these were pity dates with Justin okay, went with, who's this girl, Balisa. And it showed, it's a pity date hands down. And it brought a lot into perspective to the point where Balisa was also speaking Horevele. She couldn't see, and I agree with her, because I felt like if they had tried to choose these people a long time ago or tried to build a connection with these ladies, then they wouldn't have a problem with them saying, these ladies are not being picked. So that date was absolutely a disaster. You could tell it was a pity date. Like, I'm just doing this, taking one for the team, taking a jab for the team. It's basically a pity date, hands down. And I wouldn't have went. Like, Balisa should have just stayed at home, Tell Siritis houses. Siritis is much more important than going on a date with a guy that you supposedly like, and only to find out that, this guy is actually not putting in the effort to connect with you, because basically Palesa was like, same person inside the house, same person outside the house. I thought I was gonna learn more about him, which she didn't. Because at the end of the day, you didn't want to go on the date with her. You picked her because out of pity, because you don't know what to pick. Then the others, Sfiso also chose a second person, a different person this time rather. It was Gigi. Also for me, it felt like a pity date. You know, they tried to say, no, I didn't feel it. It felt forced. I don't think it's gonna work. It was not happening. It was also from my side, it felt like a pity date. You know, I think that, you know, I have to choose somebody, and okay, who's going to be next? Okay, let's pick Rendo. Because they were speaking about how their relationship it was more of a friendship, chummy type of thing. So I feel like, man, they shouldn't have done that to those ladies. It's either you want to go on the date with these ladies or you don't. Like, end it there, period. No questions asked. So, the others, obviously. So, we still at the gents Velanka. Shut. So, Grant, you know, I never thought Grant would be this type of person. I always thought, you know what, Grant is like the sweetest person, but as time goes on, I get to understand and I get to see that, okay, Grant is actually this type of person. So now, obviously at the bonfire, he wasn't phased that much because of, I feel like the bonfires, because the episode started off with the bonfires of the boys. They didn't give them it didn't have that thing, you know. They didn't try to include things that actually, you know, create something, you know, to get a reaction. It's like they were trying to be all cordial with them and be like, okay, this is what happened. Oh, this is what they did. We move. So I really didn't like the bonfire for the boys. So Grant, and he doesn't see anything wrong with this, right? So Grant, apparently, according to him, he doesn't lead on Uzik. But we've been seeing him leading Zintle on in a way, you know, like throwing hands there, trying to bond and all that. And then he comes and says, Zintle is getting the wrong end of the stick. How? How come is Zintle getting the wrong end of the stick? I feel like Grant has become the douchebag of the season for me, because I cannot say man, like I don't really trust him, and for the fact that he did Zintle so dirty, you know, even though the conversations that they had as the couple guys was that they were going to choose the other ladies just to give other ladies a chance, PT dates. Okay, conversations were flowing that Zintle might be the one that's picked. But then Grant obviously was like, he's fine with his feelings, and all, and I was like, okay, sharp, okay, if you say so. So Zintle got done dirty. Zintle was like there. Grant didn't pick her, and then Grant is busy having a conversation. No, you got the wrong end of the stick. And I'm like, how though? Because from where I was sitting, it seems like you are also putting it there. And I said it on the first video that, okay, possibilities that Grant could choose is Zintle, because they were bonding, you know, they were creating the chemistry, the connection. So when you say she got the wrong end of the stick, what do you mean? Because you were leading her on. And then on the date, Nicole called him out, you know, no man, you know, A, B, C, D, you did this and that. So you need to acknowledge that you did that, you know, and I need you to take accountability for that. And he is not taking accountability for it. He still doesn't see anything wrong with that. He still thinks he is not leading her on, which he is. And the other thing which I actually liked with regards to Nicole's date that day was the fact that Nicole took out, you know, you leave all these dreaminess away. Like you're gonna sit down and be like, okay, right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get serious. Because Nicole was kind of worried about why Grant was not as edgy or somehow because of the bonfire. So at some point it's like, okay, does Grant still have those deep connections with Precious, meaning that Precious out of the house. You understand? So with her, it felt like, you know what, this guy needs to come to a decision, because at the end of the day, he is picking me all the time, and I need to make sure that I guard my heart at no matter what. Like, at all costs, I need to guard my heart, and I commend her for that. You know, her heart comes first, and I feel like Grant is not taking it seriously. Grant, yes, claims to like Nicole, claims to wanna take things further with Nicole. We don't know, but at some point I feel like Grant is too much playing with these ladies, and these ladies might just fall for it, you know. And that's it, you know. Just feel like they shouldn't. So we go to the ladies' villa. So the ladies, the thing that I like more about the ladies is the fact that they are putting themselves out there to learn each and every guy. It could be a strategy of, okay, I'm gonna float and pick a different guy for a different date type of thing, you understand? So in a way it could be wrong, in a way it could be right, because I feel like if you're going to build connections, you need to try to see who you're connecting with. There's 10 people, you know, and these guys, I feel like the guys on the other villa are like very, it don't make sense, nigga. How can you say that you already built something with this person and you feel so deep with this person, yet you only met these people for a couple of days, a couple of weeks? Because for me, I feel like in order for you to build a connection, it takes longer than that, you know. You need to get to know this person more, because in the villa, you don't actually know if Cody is actually being truthful, you know. Cody is not maybe just pretending for the cameras for the sake of, okay, I'm here and I need to do this. Is Cody actually being genuine, you know? And I feel like if they gave all the other ladies a chance, then they would understand, okay, yeah, sure, I'm sure that I want that one. I didn't get that. So, mind you, we are at the ladies, right? So with the ladies, I like that. So the ladies, for them, they did differently. Obviously, Precious, every single time, oh, Dane. But with Precious and Dane on that, I liked this episode so much because it put a whole lot of things into perspective. We actually got to see what Dane was like, okay, this girl now, I need to guard my heart, because Precious was like a midlife. Because now, understand this. So Precious claims to like Dane, right? Claims to want to build something with Dane. But Precious, on the other hand, is out here telling Dane that, no, libella other people, you know, look at the other people and try to, on top, try to see if you don't like them more or something, you know. And I get her. It's for ladies, and you need to be sure that you want the other people. But why now the sudden change, you know? Why the sudden change? Okay, sharp. And I like the fact that Dane was like, you know what? I need to guard my heart at all costs. If you're gonna do A, B, and C, I'm also gonna do it. I'm also gonna push back a bit, because if I put myself forward and you don't do the same, then I'm gonna get hurt, and then well, now for you it's just another day in the villa. You understand? So I really like this episode because it brought a whole lot into perspective of, you know what, I feel like more we're just being played. We are really being played. And hey, woo, Estelle. Yo, I need a drink for this. Estelle, right? Estelle. So remember, at the bonfire, Musa was speaking about how she was connecting with Tats, right? And then Estelle gave that look, you know, that look. So now, Estelle, stand a sharp. So Estelle, what did Estelle do? So Estelle went and made sure that she gets Tats alone before Musa can actually get to Tats. So Estelle made sure that she goes and speaks to Tats and then asks Tats on a date first. So Estelle was like, yay. In as much as I like all these people and I'm connecting with A, B, and C, this is the one. And I said it. Time. So Estelle, I acquired a Ted's date first. And I was like, yeah, Estelle. I honestly commend her for that. Estelle did the things. So Estelle asked Ted on a date first before Musa could actually have a conversation with Ted. So I don't know how it went about because they didn't show us the whole dynamic, and I would have loved to see the whole dynamic. So I don't know if it happened. I don't know if it didn't happen, but it didn't make it to the editing. To the final edit rather. So Estelle chose Ted because, as I said before, and I saw it from the get-go, that Estelle has a type and Ted tends to fit that type of type, which is the Justin type, you understand? So now Estelle asked Ted to the date. The date for me was okay, they actually connecting, but with Estelle, I feel like Estelle is a heartbreaker. Yeah, Estelle in that house, Estelle is a heartbreaker for sure, because Estelle is not one person, unlike the other ladies who would go and just have a date for the sake of I have to choose somebody or trying to see if I can work with this person. Estelle actually gets connection. Estelle is making connections, and like you can see that these are genuine connections, you know. But then Estelle literally goes to this one, that one, this one. Estelle is a connector. She is connecting everywhere she goes. And I'm like, I don't know if it's her game plan or if it's just her as a person, because she is connecting everywhere. Like it's Uzi, it's Jerry. Like Estelle is connecting. And like, yay. Like there's gonna be some sort of like happening, because I don't know who is she going to choose now, because first of all, she has her man, which is Justin. Now she's connecting, and I felt like with Uzi there is a connection, but it could be something that is I don't know how it worked, but there is a connection there. With Jerry there is a surprising connection there. There's also a connection with Tats. So who is she going to choose from these four men? Like she is putting herself in such an uncomfortable position where at the end it's gonna be so difficult, because you would have connected with all these people and you would have gotten to know them way better, whereas it would have been better and get back at Tunyana, so that at least I'd say, okay, I need to sit down with this one and find my final, like, am I with this one or am I not with this one? Then with Musa, you know, Musa broke Kwanele's heart. Kwanele cried, you know. Kwanele's heart was broken, and I was like, man, tough, you know. It is what it is. It's the name of the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. So Kwanele was broken. Musa broke Kwanele's heart. And with Musa, I feel like Musa is also a floater like Sfiso. I feel like they're on the same wavelength, because they claim to be liking these people, these singles, but then also are on a like moving, and they are not actually, for me, building connections, because I feel like the moment that they feel that they're building something, they run away from that. You understand? They are building, because let's look at Sfiso. Sfiso was building a connection with Dimpo. So as the connection was building, Sfiso ran away from that connection, right? And went to Eve. And as he was building that connection with Eve, what did Sfiso do? Same thing. Ran away. Eve was crying at some point. I feel like it's the same thing with Musa. Musa builds a connection and you say, okay, this connection has a potential. But then the moment she sees that, oh, I might have a connection here, what does she do? She runs away and goes to another person, and obviously leaving the other person disheartened. Oh, the word is disheartened. Yes, if that's a real word, disheartened, you know? So I feel like probably that's their game plan. Probably they spoke about it before going to the house. We don't know, but I feel like that's the game plan for them. So she picked Ayo Setu, yes, she picked Setu, and claimed to have had a connection with him, claimed to have liked him, but from their conversation, they really speak like most of the time the conversations happen passing, or happen within a group. So I feel like it was that thing of I had to pick somebody. Sethi was there. And then Ntabi Singh, bah, in the foot. She is shooting herself in the foot, and Ntabi Singh is gonna regret it, guys. Ntabi Singh is going to regret. So Ntabi Singh picked Max because also again, like, I don't know, like, what are they connecting? Are they sending pigeons, smoke signals? Like, this episode just had a lot of pity dates. So basically, Ntabi Singh picked Max because he hasn't been on a date. And I feel like with the ladies, I feel like most of the guys have been on dates. You know, that's one thing I liked about the ladies. Giving the guys a chance, that's why they don't complain. So, pity date with Ntabi Singh. So that she's gonna shoot herself in the foot. Right, so we're done with the dates. So now we're going to speak about what has been happening within the house aside from the dates. So let's now, since we are still with the ladies, let's finish off with the ladies and then we'll end it off with the guys. So now with the ladies, the reason why I feel like Ntabi Singh will be shooting herself in the foot is because Ntabi Singh is always reminding them that, no, I'm in a relationship. I have a man. I have a boyfriend, you know? No matter what you guys can try to do, I have a man and I like this man. You understand? And I'm like, Ntabi Singh, you don't know, sis. You don't know. Brothers, MJ on the other side, MJ is having the time of his life. Like, MJ and Bonte are busy Tanda rising. Young Tanda, I love you. Their connection, like, it's full on hard. Like, even on their date, you can tell they speaking about the right things, you know. They saying, you know what? Hey, we get to understand, in as much as I might be a certain person in this place, I might be different outside. So they're building a connection of, see what might happen when we leave. How can we work this when we leave? And I feel like Bontle is somebody that can take MJ away from Ntabi. Whereas Ntabi is not getting the full experience because of that. Ntabi is shooting herself in the foot for always trying to shut down these people who are trying to build connections with her by saying, I have a boyfriend. At the end of the day, Estelle has a man, Musa has a man, Precious has a man. You're not the only one. You're not special, sis. Pants. So she needs to get with the program, start enjoying the experience, start building meaningful connections, start seeing, is MJ really the one for me? Because at the end of the day, I feel like Ntabi tends to forget where she is. It's Temptation Island rather, after all. So you are there to test your relationship. You are there to see, is my partner the one for me, or can I find somebody else? Or will I just leave here single and being like, you know what, let me go be single and see what the world has for me? Ntabi is not doing that. Whereas MJ is doing quite the opposite. MJ is having the time of his life and Ntabi is gonna get hurt. Like, Sissy, got your heart. Sissy, try to build connections or else you're gonna leave that villa alone. I hope it doesn't happen, but the way things are going, Ntabi, things are gonna be for you. So another thing that I want to speak about, I feel like that game was forced. Oh my word, it was so forced. It was so forced. Like, really, it was so forced. So the single guys, the single 10 guys plus the 4 ladies were playing a game. And they were speaking about things, and I didn't feel it. They didn't have to make it to the edit. No, they could have shown us something else. I'm sure they do something like they're there 24 hours. So y'all could have found something, Showmax. You could have found something to put into the final edit. That was a boring experience for me. I wasted my time. I wasted my data. It should never happen again. So then we are done with the ladies. I don't think there's anything that happened that is quite interesting. So go to the guys. So at the guys' villa, when they came back from the dates, Eve gave Fiso some bath salts with her note. Apparently it was romantic. I don't know. I don't know what's romantic, but for me, But when we're not in high school, P.S. I love you. No. But I man, yo, I Sfiso found it romantic, Sfiso found it cute. I didn't. It's just, no. I didn't like it. So they also had a game. Because, you know, them, at times, and as much as I like reality shows, they tend to let things slip through the cracks. Because everything it happens too coincidentally, you know? The ladies were playing a game, the guys happened to play a somewhat similar game. Like, we mind our business. So they were playing a game. It was much more funner than the ladies one, because there was some, you know, things happening there. Grant, it's these quiet ones, douchebag of the season, these quiet people, because they will catch in sleep. So Abuti Grant was in it, you know. He was there playing, grinding on the ladies, like every tooth or day that they did there, he was there full on, you know. And Nicole number 5 later, and then anyway now, wait a which I like. Okay, Nicole, you know, Grant is another story, you know, a story for another day, Asaz. But I feel like that's what had happened on this episode. It was quite an enjoyable episode, but I feel like, as I said, Showmax is like Arona somehow. The coincidentality that is happening, so you never know. But next week's episode 6, I can't wait. It's already out. Why am I saying next week? It's already out. I did this video late. It's already out. The first elimination is happening, and I can't wait. Like, I want to know from you guys, who do you think is going to get eliminated first? So let me put out a theory. For the guys, who might it be? Probably it might be Sbu, because of that incident that happened the last time. He is somebody that might get eliminated. I'm not sure about the others. With the ladies, it's quite a tricky situation, because they could literally send all of them home and keep Nicole for Bron, Angelique for Justin, Winter for MJ, and then Sfiso will be the one to decide if she wants Eve or Dimple or Gigi. But all the ladies could leave, because at the end of the day, y'all are not giving these ladies a chance. And how are you gonna know? Like, I feel like for the guys, this elimination is just something that is gonna be a walk in the park for them. They might say it hurts us if they're not good with it, but how are you gonna be good with it if you never given these people a chance? You know, if they had given these ladies a chance, then they would have a clear understanding, and us as the viewers, we would have a clear understanding of, okay, this one should leave because of A, B, and C. But where things stand, I don't really see. So please share your suggestions. Who do you think is going to get eliminated? If you have already watched it, please don't spoil it for some of us. I so brief. But you can also tell us, tell us who got eliminated, what's going to happen, and then I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I am so excited that we are growing. I'm really excited. Like, my goal is that since I started, I don't know when this year, I was like, okay, at least I need to get 100 subscribers before the end of the year, and I feel like I might get to my goal. Hopefully, then I'll set another goal next year. So thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for liking, commenting. Thank you for giving me feedback on how I can approach these videos. I absolutely appreciate it. Until the next video, it's love and light.